So, welcome back everyone to the second video this week. I suppose I'm making two this week because I knew by putting all this together it'd be quite a long video, and I want to keep them relatively short, you know, under 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes I think is ideal for people, even for myself watching. That's kind of the happy medium there. So yeah, so today we have the spinner on, so I'm just going to go put on the front weight. I'm only putting the 600 kilo on because I don't need a ton on the front of her. I just need a little bit of a counterbalance. So I've put in the wheels down there, they fold in. But yeah, so today we're going to be spreading urea and some potash. So it's a blend, it's 29-0-14. This year we're only spreading straight, not using any compound, because I don't need any K. My K levels are perfect. So between dung and slurry, that's keeping them ticking nicely, and I don't need to import any extra. So between the organic stuff, that's keeping that nice at a nice level. Potash we are low on, so I have extra potash to go on after, probably in about a month's time, start of March. And yeah, going to get the 29 units of urea on now, just to get the crop up and going, get it to tiller and just give it a general boost. Then we have a bag and a half of 10-5-25 to go out. So I'm splitting that. I have 3 bags to go out, but I'm splitting it, so I'm going to put a bag and a half, and then I'll go back 10 days, 15 days later, another bag and a half. So yeah, we're kicking off the fertilizer spreading now. So yeah, get this front weigh on. I have to put the paddock forks on. Urea's over there in that shed. I've 28 tonne of 10-5-25 arriving as well. It's arriving at about 12:30, so it's what, 9 o'clock now. So yeah, busy, but it's grand. It's not like you're busy, but you're not too bad. But yeah, so we will get the front weigh on, we'll get some urea in, and then I gotta calibrate it up. It's lovely and calm today, so perfect day for spreading urea. So I'll show you how I do that when I get her filled up. So we're loaded up, ready to go. So I had to get a bit of a job to get it out. So I have my mats there, you can see them in the back. I'm just going to test it, make sure she's spreading accurately. I'm level. But to get me settings, there's an app, and you just put in the fertilizer you're using. So that's what I'm using, 29-0-14S. So it gives you all your settings there, and then you just import them into the screen here. So I go across here, all my settings are in there, and then I hit spread. So that's it, 1500 kilos of 29-0-14 in. So we're going to go out now and start spreading. So I'll do the headland, then I'll do one up and down, and then I'll get out. We'll put down the mats, just to double check it. Go up and down again, come back, take photo of the map or the mats, and yeah, it should be hopefully, touch wood, all alright. And then we just stay spreading for the day. So I have 6 tonne to put out here, and then I have 10 tonne to put out over in Morris, I think, and then I have 10-5-25 to go out. Then I have to go ploughing and that, because I want to get the beans in. But yeah, we'll be busy for the next few days. When the weather's good, we're busy, and when the weather's bad, kind of, you know yourself, not too busy. So there might be, going forward, there'll probably be, depending on how busy I am, 1 or 2 videos, definitely 1 a week, but there might be 2, just depending on how busy. I'll split the videos so they're not overly long. Let me know what you think in the comments though, if anyone has any suggestions. But I think that's the way I'm going to work it for the moment. But look, let's get out into the field, because it's getting on now, and I want to get out and just see what it's like. Just stopped in the field now. I'm going to go get the mats, and we'll put them out. This is what I use, so you follow that template there on the phone. And then what I'll do is I'll drive up the field, and I'll come back down, and then come back and take photo of each of the mats and put it here, and it'll check. I think it's fairly accurate. Anytime I've done it anyway, it's been fairly right. So we'll keep using that. Haven't fixed what's broken. It's the first time spreading this product, so I just want to do it. And the fact it's the first spread of the year, I just want to double check the spinner, make sure everything's working correctly. So yeah, we'll get these mats out there, drive up and down, come back, collect them, all that. So that's the way the mats go. So I just drive up the field, and come back down, take photos, pack them all back up. It takes a few minutes, but it's well worth doing, just to check. So the crop itself is looking very good. I'd be fairly impressed with it now. Holding its colour well. Plenty of plants there, so what we want to do is we want to make sure it tillers correctly now. So by putting a little bit of urea out on it now, that should give us a good chance to do that and hopefully improve our yields. So we're not going with the slurry this year out on the crop, just because it's grand, but it's a lot of work, and sort of it leaves the fields in an awful way if the weather's not right. Like last year we shouldn't have done it. But look, we're going this way this year. I think we are putting it on some of the ground, but not all of it. So the spreader, if you haven't seen it, is an Amazon ZAF 2700. So ZAF, as far as I know, is that just the PTO version and not the hydraulic version. And then she's a 2700 litre capacity, which is about 2.5 ton. So there are my bags that go in, so when I come back I'll just load them all back up and throw them into the hopper. But that spinner is 3-year-old now, I think. Hasn't done a whole pile, but yeah, she works well. We used to, as I said, with 2 Lely centre liners. Yeah, and we just traded. I got this one on the grant a couple of years back, and that. So all we do now is we're driving over the mats. You can see. So that'll sprinkle it on top of that, and then I take a photograph, and then it'll tell me if I'm right or wrong. I would imagine I'm not too far wrong. So this spreader, as I speed up, it'll put out more. As I slow down, it'll put out less. So as you can see there, 123 kilos a hectare. That's 1 bag to the acre, 50 kilo bag. So yeah, look, we're not doing too bad here now. We're tipping along nicely. It's a beautiful day. Crops are looking well. Ground is holding up. I'm quite happy. So all I do now is I take photographs of it. So here we go, see it here. And then that's what comes up. And we just keep doing that. Actually, maybe take that one because I've done that one wrong. But yeah, it's meant to be this one. So, and then it comes up. Don't know how well you can see that, but that's the way it comes up. Confirm, and then just go up along them, and that's what you do. Confirm, and so on and so forth. That's the process. So pretty simple. So now that I have that done, it's giving me optimized settings. So to move it to 11 to 40 from 13 to 43. So I'll go do that now. I'll put these back, and yeah, hopefully works out all right. So it's handy app now. In fairness, it is handy like that, but it takes a bit of time. That took me probably 10 minutes or so to do, like, so, but it's worth it in the end. So look, we get this packed up, get back in, spreading, and keep going. Just we go down the lane right to the barley, then the brighter green that you can see there in the distance, just there, if you can see it, that's oats. And then this side here, that's a little grass field, and then we have winter barley there. And then down the back, just a strip of winter barley, and then the back field is in winter barley. So the big field has got 3 different crops in it this year, which I suppose isn't ideal, but sure, look, I had planned on beans, but we put oats where the beans is. Now you can see the colour difference there, so you can. That's oats, winter wheat. So what I want to do is I want to give everything a bag at the moment. I think it'd be better. Just this time of year, the ground is good. It's just a bit sticky on top, but that's expected. Wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, I'm just going to give everything a bit of something there, just keep it going, just in case we do get busy at other things, and you know yourself, you miss a week there, you wouldn't see a week going by where you don't get at it. So The oats are fairly well established now. I can see them here, they're looking well. If you ever want to have a crop outside your window that looks good all winter, grow a crop of oats. So there's the wheat, oats. So it's about 14 acres of oats there. That's well on actually. See, I'll have to spray that shortly. And then winter barley this side. Yeah, it's actually well on. I'm surprised at that. And then the barley just is there. You can't really see the difference between the oats and the barley at the moment, which I will now in a second when I get up to it. And then there's our fresh grass seeds there. So all the grass was grazed with sheep, and yeah, they did a good job on it. So yeah, now you can see the difference between the, of course the tree being the way, but there's barley, there's oats. Bit of water standing in the tram line there, wouldn't worry about that. So yeah, we'll keep going. Just in the wheat here now, so it's also ticking along nicely. It's a nice colour to it. I'd wanted the spot where there's a puddle, and that's where that dirt came from on the windscreen, but other than that I've been travelling on top of the ground. It's a small bit sticky, but nothing to really worry about. Compared to this time last year, it's an absolute dream. This time last year you wouldn't see out the front of your windscreen if you even attempted to go out. So to get something out on it this early is a bonus. I remember Grandad used to say it was always good to get it out early, so this year I wanted to make sure I got something out early, so that's why we went with the urea. So yeah, happy enough now. Spreader's working away perfectly, so why wouldn't it? It hasn't done a whole lot. Well, I suppose spread a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah, spreader's working up perfectly. As I speed up, it puts out the same rate, so it's adjustable, adjusting the rate as it goes along. It's GPS section controlled, so it shuts itself on and off, which is terribly handy. Just put all your details in on from the app and then work away, basically. That's it. But yeah, the wheat is looking lovely. Day is glorious. I'm not going to put anything on the oats just at the moment. Don't think they need it. Oats doesn't take a whole lot to grow. Wheat takes a little more to grow, but since this was in beans last year, you would expect to use less nitrogen to get the crops. That's probably why it's so green, because it would have that added benefit of the bean crop from last year. So that's why rotation is key, and for disease purposes and that. It also means we've got to use brand new sprays on this bit of ground there for weeds and etc. So it's nice to keep changing things up, not to be using the same thing, because some of the weeds can get resistant to sprays, and then that's when you start coming into trouble. But yeah, tipping along nicely now, so I'm going to go finish this, and then I have 140 acres or 45 acres over beyond to do, and then I have 40 across the road. So that's what, yeah, nearly 180 acres to do, probably tomorrow, and then we go up the country and we do this 100 acres up there. So yeah, it won't be too bad, and then hopefully onto the plough, get the beans sown for next week. The weather's looking good, so hopefully it stays that way. So we got another load of fertilizer, so that's heading up the country, that there, and then some of it's getting packed away. We'll bring it outside. There's the fusion, better not back into that or drive into that. So I'm going to do a bit of a clean up here now. I have all of here sprayed, so yeah, hopefully we just get these bits tidied up and yeah, get them back, get the place back into some shape. Farmyard gets messy when it's busy. So yeah, we get going here, feed the cattle silage, bed them as well, and yeah, keep going. It's the next day. We were spreading the bit of urea and potash blend yesterday, so as you can see I'm back on the plough, back over here now. It's a small bit sticky as I get up to the top there, but that was always the case. So ploughing here now about 45 minutes there, give or take, and that's how much we've covered. So I've done a little over tram line, I think, tram line and a half, so it shouldn't be too much. 45 minutes. I should be out of here at about 1 o'clock, I'm hoping, give or take. So I'm planning to put beans here. I don't know how dry it is. It doesn't look too dry over there anyway. hoping to put beans in here, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, back on the plough. So I had the plough left over here. I just wanted it up and going before I even took out the camera. So yeah, I've done that, like, so everything's well dead here. It's not too bad, but you can see the odd bit of sculpture grass there. So it's important when you're putting in beans to try to get the weed control beforehand, like, right. So because the weeds in the beans can take over if you're not careful. So obviously it's the 7th of February now. The earlier you get the beans in, the better. I'll put them in any time from now, because just last year when we put the beans in, it was a bit later. It was the middle of October when we cut them. They done grand, but it was like you had to whip off the ploughs, the one pass, and then you had to go over here then to, you know, draw beans and whatnot. Just the logistics of it was a nightmare. So I want to get them in early, and hopefully they'll come in just, you know, end of September there, before we start the ploughing and so on. So we had a few trees down here since the last time I was here. We had that big storm, but Dad came over to get the last of the bean beds, and in fairness he pushed most of them in out of the way, so it's not too bad. But we'll get over here now as well, hopefully in the next sort of week, to get the wheat. We'll get that, some fertilizer out on that, and get it kicked off. And yeah, it's just busy now at the moment, which is grand. Don't mind it. So yeah, we'll keep going, and I'll get the drone up. I have the drone back, as you would have seen. So I'll get the drone up and get a bit of footage of ploughing. So finished the big field now, just the last one to do. So there's my little corner. So yeah, you can see the colour difference where you'll see it up here, and you can actually see it there. It's a bit damp on top, but when you get down into it there, it's not too bad. So I'm going to make a decision on Sunday whether or not we're going to sow it. And what I'll do is I'll run the disc over there on Monday to try let it dry off, and then come back over Tuesday and try sow it and get her in, and we see what happens. But yeah, I'd be confident enough there that I'd sow it. It's a pity I didn't just start ploughing it there this week and left it and sowed it, but it might be alright. It might be alright. Because of course ideally you'd want to get it rolled, and then you'd have to spray it as well. So last year we didn't get to roll it. It's not the end of the world if you don't get to roll it, but it's better if you do. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. But you can see the difference there, look. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's grand. It's nice and relaxing ploughing. Does a nice job, this plough, in fairness. I'll be happy enough with it. One or two dampish little spots, but they're to be expected. Kind of where old drains were, and there's a drain running underneath it, so I might have a blocked one, but overall not too bad. I'm happy enough. So we're getting into this other field now. I don't know what it's going to be like. It could be wet. We had to abandon ploughing it last year, so we'll have to see again. But yeah, too bad. So I'm just marking out the field here. So in previous video some people asked how do I measure it. I usually just take my headland tram line and I just sort of mark it to the right, or to the right, to the field side of that, and generally gives me enough room. It generally means I have 6 runs of the plough will do the headland. So that's how I sort of measure it. So we're getting on grand. Ploughing's a great time. It's very relaxing. So when things are going right, it's perfect. You're just driving up and down the field at a slow out pace. You have a lot of time to take in. So what I tend to do is when I'm ploughing away, I tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos. So it varies from everything, mainly farming, but it varies just bits of everything in it. But I find it great to just catch up on videos that you mightn't necessarily have seen, or just to catch up in general. Just leave it on, whether I'm looking at it or not. I just leave it on playing on the radio. So yeah, I do watch a few YouTubers, but let us know what do you all watch? What YouTube channels do you all watch? Who's your favourite and why do you like them? But yeah, I watch a few there. Like at the moment there, I'm watching Canning Farms there now. He just put up a video, so I'm watching him there. And you learn a bit off these lads. Bit of Farmer Phil there, bit of I Farm, We Farm, Farm to here. They're all good. But I do watch a few, and then a couple of the American ones as well. I find them very interesting because it's a completely different world over there. But ploughing is a great time just to catch up on all that. It's relaxing overall. But like, I'm getting on well here now. We're nearly getting to the last quarter of it now, and it has improved. This side of the field is a good bit drier than the other side, so I'm a bit more optimistic than I was probably a half an hour ago, which is great. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to go back spreading the 29-0-14 urea, get that out, and then next week I don't know what we're going to do. Could go at slurry, it really depends. But look, we get this week over with first, and that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. So let us know which YouTubers you like to watch. So that's it, just finishing the last run here. I don't bother, I'm not lifting the wheel because I'm going to run the disc and the grubber across it, so it'll be grand to level itself out. So this field was a little bit tricky, just up this end. I don't know if you can see it, just sort of there. It was a little bit dampish in itself, and I was just struggling to pull it through. But once I got through that section, it was grand. So I'm done now. It's just probably a little bit of ploughing. That's probably the ploughing done for a few weeks anyway. Oh no, wait, there's more beans to go in at home, so I'll do that. But yeah, I'm just going to put this in road mode now. So just leave her in, and yeah, we'll belt on for home. But yeah, we're going to get home now. Oh, she's doing her management. Right, that's grand. But yeah, so look, we're going to head on home. So I'll be back here next week anyway to put something on the weed, and then hopefully back here to sow the beans. I'm going to come over here on Sunday, have a walk around, make sure it's okay, and make a decision on Sunday whether we're going to sow the beans or not. So yeah, look, we'll catch up to you tomorrow. I did put up the drone, forgot to record. Bit of a disaster, but anyway, I'll get footage of the spreader going tomorrow. But yeah, look, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. So it's Saturday, things didn't really go to plan, and the fertilizer, the urea, didn't arrive out, so it's coming Monday, so we just have to put that till Monday. So it's not the end of the world, so we just have to finish enrolling some barley here. We filled a half-ton JFC meal bin, so we fill that up, and that's all we've done today. So I'm just gonna back in things here now, and we'll finish the spreading on Monday. Got the ploughing finished, so I'll probably just give the plough a quick rinse down, and what I'll do is I'll throw a bit of oil on top of it there, because it might be a week or two before it's used again. Don't want the boards to rust up. So a spinner, I'll have it sit on there. So she's pretty mucky, it's pretty slick on top, but it's not too bad. We get that on. And what else? Yes, we just rolled the barley, fed and bedded the cattle again this morning, and they're all happy out. So we'll finish the remainder of the urea next week. We'll hold off then till last week of February to put out the compound. So we've got what's that there? That's can 0730 potash, more can 10-5-25 here then as well, and yeah, it's not too bad. So we get all that out next week. Might get a little bit of slurry out, we'll see. But yeah, look, I'm going to leave it at that for this week. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.